We wanted to start off with a bit of an explanation about why we're doing this thing, why in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks or however it's been, why we've been to 8 cities and talked to about 1,000 people about crowdfunding. So I guess the first thing to say is that crowdfunding for us was really about, the reason that we started investigating this space was because when I joined the team, the Art Support Australia team, it coincided with the launch of Possible, or Fundbreak as it was then known. So with my, I guess, introduction into the world of philanthropy and arts philanthropy in particular, we really recognised that there was this interest in crowdfunding, a really explosive opportunity for cultural and creative projects. And what we saw was, obviously seeing the opportunity, but then also recognised quite quickly that there was a real need to build the confidence as well as the competence of the cultural sector in how to use this thing properly. Because we were seeing things like people posting projects to crowdfunding platforms, having no real idea about how they were going to get funded and just hoping that because it was on the internet, people would fund it. So we devised this strategy to address both of those things with a view to that if we could raise the bar in terms of the professionalism of the creative projects seeking funding via crowdfunding, that it would mean that the general public would be more confident in actually using it to back projects.
So a little bit about the initiative at Council around crowdfunding. So while this is kind of the public component or public face of this strategy, it's a strategy that's been running for about 12 months and it's had 4 key components to the strategy. So the first part was to recognise that although we are really awesome, we don't know everything there is to know about crowdfunding. So it was important to make sure that our staff were across everything that was going on in the sector. So we spent some time getting training from international experts around, not just crowdfunding generally, but around future trends in the area. And then we applied the sort of learning and experience that we gained from that in a mentoring program, working with a number of organisations in sort of pre-planning and putting out their campaigns and supporting those campaigns through the campaign period. And we're happy to say we had a 100% success rate with those programs. We also recognise that while there's a lot of information and lots of new sort of dialogue going on around crowdfunding, that there are still some significant grey areas around what we know about it. And while we can't fill all of the gaps, we commissioned some research from Queensland University of Technology's Creative Industries faculty, designed to fill in at least one major area that we were still wanting to know more about: motivations and barriers for why people do or